Hey there friends, how you doing? I'm Tory Favro, horror author and your reviewer. Guys, I am so pleased. We've got over 60 subscribers. Thank you so very much for taking the time and believing in what I'm doing to come and peep it out. What's the channel about? If you've just rocked on in, well, I've written 13 books and I love horror, I love reading, I love entertainment. I love how people can put a story together, whether it be in a book, a movie, and I just thought it was time to connect to my community. And in a video format, I've been a member of several Facebook groups for quite some time, and I do enjoy those interactions, but I just thought at the same time, maybe fans of my writing want to hear my views, maybe people who don't know me just want something a little bit different. My reviewing style is not very analytical as a rule. It's more about coming from the heart, how something makes me feel, how a particular piece of entertainment makes me feel. So, but at the same time, I do want to share with people who are interested in my writing what I'm up to. And what I'm super excited about is my 13th book. It's titled Fire. It's done. It's written. It's up to its third draft at the moment. But just in case you were wondering what it's about, I write all different styles all the time. So ironically, the book that I'm probably best known for is Pinata. It was a splatterpunk nightmare about a lady who goes crazy in this apartment with two children, and things don't work out well for the children. But I write a lot of comedy. I love writing in terms of relationships, being friendship, love, family. Even though there's horrific things happening, I love that the dynamic of friendship and what it can bring to us. And I love writing dialogue. I like writing conversational dialogue. I think sometimes I even get a little bit too bogged up in the dialogue. So Fire is something that I'm really passionate about. I think by the time it's edited properly, it will probably be, I won't say one of my best works. It's bad because it feels like my other books are my children too. It's like I've got some of them right here. But so Tin Man is my biggest novel, 300 and something pages. Fire is not as long as this. Fire almost is. Fire weighs in at the moment about 270 pages. This is about 320. But it's going to be something a little bit different. And I do think I'm bringing something different with this story. I haven't seen anyone else do it. Doesn't mean it hasn't been done, of course. There's so many clever, creative people, far more creative than me out there, putting their stories together. And you never know when you do absorb a lot of pop culture and other things, like where you may have inadvertently pulled something from. But the basics of the story are, I'm not going to wreck it for anyone because I'm so excited. It's going to be a little way away yet. We're doing like our drafting. My little team that sometimes helps me, some of them are helping me out now. In particular, my wife, Ali. She's probably one of my greatest critics and my greatest fan all at the same time. So it's she's pulled up a lot of things that don't make sense in Fire. So she's working on doing those drafts. She edited Tin Man, or was part of the editing team on that as well. But what Fire is about, guys, is how do I put this without spoiling it for you? But basically imagine you go outside, you're a little bit high. You go outside for a cigarette. Don't know why, because you've just been inside pulling cones, but you know what I mean. Go outside and this fire truck pulls up. It's an old fire truck. And you get asked a question by the man driving it. He's a handsome fellow, but he's dressed in a really old fireman's uniform as well. Truck's old. He's old. They're both sparkling new, but old. You know what I mean? Like a freshly washed fire truck. And he says, do you want to get in? Feels like a vampire's asking, can they come inside your house? Do you want to come in? Do you want to come in? The narrator does want to come in. and hops inside the fire truck and settles in. He buckles himself his seatbelt in, and essentially the fireman turns to him and half of his face is charred, and he says, "Let's go burn some people." What ensues is a splatterpunk fever dream. Violent crime meets harsh retribution. There were squirmy scenes in it that I was like, oh my goodness me, am I really writing this? Graphic scenes. But the whole way through, Fire is actually a love story. You see, Bert is the name of the fireman. The narrator is not named. It might be you. But Bert died a long time ago, and the truck resurrected him with one condition Bert stipulated, and that is that one day a year for at least 5 minutes he got to see his wife. And it is a love story, and there is love all the way through it. There's friendship. There's genuine laughter even in the worst of moments. I think the dialogue comes in nicely. There's good banter. In the edits that we're doing now, the banter is a little bit tighter, just simply because the story is so fast-paced. I think at times it's hard to tell who's talking to who. Bert and the narrator both speak very similarly, probably because they're both me. And that's where I think if you are a new author, editing does make sense or getting someone at least to critique your work makes sense, because little things like that, you know in your head when you're writing, you're like, okay, so I turned to Bert and I said, da, 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 and then he said, blah, blah, blah. But you're saying it the same way, and you may maybe not be writing, I said to Bert and Bert said to me. It's little things like that. It's continuity. It's like a few times I know in the book I've written something that's just happened, but then it happens again. I have a habit in the early stages of my writing to repeat myself. I was asked recently too, and hopefully this helps you guys if you've ever thought of writing something. Someone said to me, I don't know how you managed to do it. And it's not, I'm blessed. I've got, at least through the internet, I've got a lot of author friends. So I've got a lot of people who I know write books. And for me, writing books, it's such a beautiful process. And I don't take it for granted. I really don't. But for me, it's like I like telling stories. That's why I liked the idea of starting up this YouTube channel. The idea that I could be chatting to you folks, people I don't know, about books and about my writing, like I hope that it interests you enough to try some of my books. They're all on Amazon. But yeah, Fire is something truly special, and I'm so delighted to be able to share its progress with you. For fans of my book Pinata, you'll be pleased to know the first very rough, very loose draft of Hunters, the Pinata prequel, is almost complete as well. And I work on multiple projects simultaneously. It all depends on where the story takes me that day, that night. When it's down to the edits, I am stuck with a book. I don't particularly like when that happens. But yeah, because my brain does go all over the place a lot of the time. And it's like, no, Tory, slow down and just look at this one thing. But yeah, I think at the moment I've got, in various stages of completion, I've got at least 6 novels on the go at the moment. And it's funny, one I started nearly 10 years ago. It still is not completed. It's called The Scratch. And it was going strongly. I think it's about 50,000 words in the last time I looked at it, which was years ago. I'll come back to it again one day. But what I do get asked a lot by people who've been thinking about writing books is, how do you do it? Firstly, this is not a masterclass at all. It's not. But I think if you know what the story is, plot the story out and as I think for me, sometimes I find it easier to dictate parts of a story, at least in the first draft. A lot of it is dictation. I don't sit there. Oh, some of it I do. Like Pinata was entirely typewritten, no dictation. Fire was heavily dictated in the first draft, which made the second draft a little bit nightmarish in fixing up because the microphone doesn't always pick up what you're saying properly. So there was a lot of fixing and doing stuff there. But I would use technology. I use Google Docs. And basically the microphone that I'm using right now, I've got a receiver plugged into the phone. I dictate the story. I also find too, if you've got awkward scenes, sometimes it's better just to blurt them out than sit there thinking about what you're going to type. I find sometimes for some of the more tongue-in-cheek stuff, gore, I like to do it that way. So basically, that is my process, a combination of keyboard and dictation. And I can't wait for you guys to see Fire. I would believe at this point, it's still at least another month out. And then I've got to make the decision, though, whether I submit it. I've never really tried. I got a book deal years ago for Tin Man, but they weren't going to publish it for nearly 3 years. And I just went the self-publishing route after that, thanks to an author by the name of Duncan Ralston, who I had read a couple of his books and enjoyed them. And I'll talk to you about them another time. But he gave me some guidance and advice, and he's like, why are you writing? You know, if you're doing it just for this, self-publishing could be very good for you. And it has been, and I'm so grateful. But this book, I'm interested if the editor, who I know who they are, I haven't inked anything yet, so I won't mention them by name as yet, but they do have some connections in the indie horror publishing world. So I'm keen to see what they think and whether I self-publish this one or whether I get someone else to push it. I'm not good at marketing. If you are and you want to be on the street team, please go right ahead. It's funny, I don't know how to push these books. Some people just have a knack for it. I really should spend more time and maybe do a little course or something like that. But in any case, Fire is a love story, a story of friendship. And I just wanted to share with you guys where I was up to in my writing journey. I had not a hiatus. If I look at all my notes, I've written lots. Writing's cathartic for me, but it's been thoughts, feelings, stuff that could be a book eventually. But Fire most certainly is a novel. Hunters is almost complete. That will be a novella. And I've got a cheeky book I'm so keen on getting finished for you. It's called Vampire Orphans from the Planet Blood. It's a take on Superman, but imagine instead of Superman coming down to Earth, these little babies come down and they're both vampires and things go really wrong really quick. In any case, guys, thank you. I hope that you are so well. And yeah, please pop in the comments what you're reading at the moment. I'll show you what I've got another thing I wanted to talk about too. So at the moment, I am reading 2 books, The Fisherman and also Ride the Spiral by Ben Young. Thoroughly enjoying them. Both very different, of course. I'm going to, though, put a short story in between. I've got the feeling of just knocking a book over. So I'm going to read The Melancholy Death of Oyster Boy and Other Stories by Tim Burton. It looks really cute. I like Tim Burton and the art. It's just some of it's poems, and there aren't many words. That wasn't my reason for it. I just thought I'll have a look. It's gruesome, terrible, and Tim Burton. So I'll let you guys know what I think of that one as well. I'll wrap this one up. Friends, thank you so very much. Please share this if you know anyone who would enjoy it or someone who may have read me but doesn't know I do this now. And I'll see you guys soon, all right? Hit that subscribe, hit the like, what's the other one? And hit the bell for notifications. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you. Bye.